Welcome back. We are beginning our 8th season together. This is the beginning of the 2025 Fantasy Football League. It's good to be back. We need football. I think this world needs football. Just a reminder or news for anyone that doesn't pay attention to the group chat, maybe can't even read, i.e. Kurt. The draft is Tuesday, August 26th at 8 p.m. It will be hosted in Discord, which is an app that you can download to your phone, your tablet, your computer. For all you old people out there in this group chat or this league, download it, make sure that you have it, and that we can video chat while we are drafting. That way, you guys can make fun of me when I draft Trevor in the third, or when James drafts Justin Tucker. So that's all to say. I am here to go over the draft order, let the people know who's going to be drafting where, and give a little bit of history about each manager, as well as a little bit of an outlook or preview of what to expect from each manager in this year's Fantasy Football League. So there's a total of 3 categories. There are contenders, there are delusionals, and there are donors. To explain each one, a contender is somebody who may be able to contend for a championship. Someone who's delusional, or classified as a delusional, would be someone who thinks that they can compete for a championship, may or may not make the playoffs, altogether thinks they're better than they are, and has no real shot at contending. And then we have our donors. Donors are people who come into this league, offer their league fee, the $100, to the league pot, and that's about it. They don't compete. They don't partake in maybe as much banter as they should, and ultimately they are just not as competitive as they should be. So those are the 3 categories. I'm going to start from the top of the draft order and work our way down. Picking first is Kurt. He was once a dud, but he's come around the last couple of years. He's drafted well, focused on quarterbacks, and really hasn't made any dumb trades, which has helped him a lot. He has made the playoffs a couple times, even a championship game recently, I believe. I think he'll draft well again. There's quite a lot of pressure on the first pick. In 2025, he's a contender. Picking second is Austin, a former champ. I'm just not sure that he cares anymore about fantasy football. He was in last place last year and hasn't really been a contender since the Lions became good at football. When the Lions are good at football, and I'll clarify, the Detroit Lions are good at football, he doesn't care about anything else in life. Life has meaning for him, and that's that the Detroit Lions are good. That just means that he doesn't put in a lot of effort to the Fantasy Football League. Not a whole lot of banter. He doesn't really care if he gets picked on, mainly because he'll tell you the Detroit Lions are better than your favorite team, which has been easy for him to do over the past couple of years. In 2025, he's simply just a donor. Picking third is me. I'm a former champ, and I don't want to make this about me. I'm okay at fantasy football. Used to be better. Ultimately, I've only missed the playoffs twice in 7 years. I'd be classified as delusional. I still believe I have a right to a playoff spot, but I've been on quite the heater when it comes to being trash in this league for the past couple of years. So, who knows? Picking fourth is Casey. I've got a couple cool things to say about Casey. I'll start with he's won 10 regular season games in a single season a couple times. So I think each of the last 2 years he's won 10 regular season games. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot of cool things I can say about him. He is a former commissioner. He hasn't won a championship. He loves to donate to the league pot. But due to his regular season success most recently, he has a chance to make the playoffs. He's got a chance to contend. He likely won't. Therefore, he's a delusional in 2025. Picking fifth in the middle, talk about mid, Sean. Recently engaged. Congrats to him. You married up. He's a ball knower. He knows ball. He's a really nice guy. But in the Fantasy Football League, similarly to his draft position, he's a bit mid. Sometimes he competes, sometimes he doesn't. He's got a couple of playoff appearances, no championships, donates the majority of his money to the pot and doesn't need anything back. And that's why in 2025, he'll be delusional at best this year. Picking 6th is Tanner. I don't think I've ever met the guy in real life, but he's like a brother to me. He's an easy guy to trade with. You pick up the phone, you call him, you text him. He wants to make a fair trade. He wants to see you do better. He wants himself to do better. He also scores a lot of points. A lot of points. He's made a couple good playoff runs. He's only been with the program for a couple years, but he is doing well for the time spent here. That is why he's a contender in 2025. Picking 7th is Chandler, a former champion, so there is respect there. He is a ball knower. Grew up playing football. I think he likes to think he knows ball. He's getting married soon. That's pretty cool. His favorite team, if you guys didn't know, is the Ravens. And similarly to the Ravens, Chandler's usually pretty good in the regular season, maybe even spectacular at points of times. Like the Ravens, though, in the playoffs, Chan likes to lose his identity and shit down his leg, per se, in the playoffs. He's a contender in 2025. Picking 8th is Colton, a former champ, due respect. He's been pretty up and down in this league. When I say that, he's had one great year, and the other years has been towards the bottom of the league. That one year, though, scored a lot of points, won the championship. Other than that, he's been mostly a donor. He brings great banter in the league group chat. Easy to mess with, and easy going when, or I should say, he can mess with other people very easily. So he's a good contributor. In 2025, he is a donor. Picking 9th is Jackson. There's a lot of good things to say about him. I don't really want to say those things. He's a one-time participant. He's a one-time champ. He's 1 for 1. He's batting 1,000 in this league. Not great when it comes to the image of the league, but he deserves the respect. Respectfully, it's annoying that he's good at fantasy football, like he is good at just about everything else. However, he does have some cracks to his game, and when I say cracks, I mean he is a literal crack addict when it comes to trading in fantasy football. If you've ever seen a crack addict beg for drugs on the side of the road, that's what Jackson looks like when it comes to trading players. The players that he drafts on Tuesday, August 26th at 8 p.m., they've already been traded. He's already trading them. They're on the trading block. He wants a totally new team a week from the time that he has drafted his first team. And he knows that. Nonetheless, he's a contender in 2025. Picking 10th, last, and certainly not least, is James. He's been the heart and soul of this league for the past couple of years. A generous donor, a noble gentleman. He is big as hell. He lifts a lot of weights, so that's pretty cool. And he's basically the porn star in every pool porno you've ever seen. He's getting better. He made the playoffs recently. He's definitely a donor in 2025. With all that being said, I look forward to a great draft. The show will be back to give out roster grades post-draft. Other than that, I will see you fellas at the draft on Tuesday, August 26th at 8 p.m. I look forward to seeing you guys.